if you're going to train, make sure you coordinate like Piera. Piera, see a colour theme here?
I'm ready to be in a movie.
Rightio, doing the 22k today, or the last 22k's of the 50, 100k and 100 miler. We're at the Queen Vic Hospital, so you'll notice this is the road that you come down. Cars will be parking sort of up this way. Queen Vic Hospital's through here. So the checkpoint's always set up through here. The runners that are doing the 50 and the 200s will be coming through this track here, as exhibited by the lovely Piera. Straight to the checkpoint, get your water, on your way. So if you're about a 14, 30 hour runner, you might find that you get here in the light, depending on your start time, but other than that you'll probably have to have your head torch on by the time you get here. Let's get going. So Piera, somebody who's done this 22 section of the UTA course numerous times, what's your honest appraisal of it?
This section, you save yourself for this section because you can make or break your time. If you're kept your quads going, you can run for a good 6 kilometres down, a little bit of undulating, and you need to be able to hike well out. And I think this section is one of the keys, because it can also be a section that could take you from 3 hours, or it could take you 7 or 8, depending how prepared you are.
Yeah, that's from a sub 14 hour runner. So repeat, sub 14 hour runner. So about just over a kilometre in from the checkpoint, you come to the Kadumba gate. So the gate should be open on race day. If it's not, or if you're here for training, you just duck around the side here. Look at the views. So for the first 17 k's, essentially you're running on wide fire trail like this. Alright, so we're about just over 3 k's in, rounding the corner here to really start the steeper descent. But look at this view, honestly. 100k runners, or miler runners, might be the dark when you come through here. So just to give you a little bit of a snapshot, pretty nice. Falling rocks, do not stop. So this is probably the steep little bit we're coming to, but you get glimpses of the valley down here. It's pretty beautiful. As a sub 14 hour runner though, you'd be in the daylight doing this, wouldn't you, Piera?
Just, the headlight goes on about here.
Yeah, does it? Okay, cool. So yeah, you got to be pretty quick to get this in the daylight for the 100k runners, but the 50 and the 22s will most definitely see it in all its glory. So 7k's of downhill, 7 kilometres of downhill. So one of the factors that significantly impacts your ultra performance is your ability to handle the eccentric load on your muscles. Just stride out once more and pull it back. A little cave you've got to go under. Woohoo! At the swine line, this gate will be open on race day.
I won't make a joke.
But if you're if you're coming here on training, make sure you close and open.
Piggy's out.
Keep the little piggies out. Have you seen any on this trail?
Yes, lots.
Ah, okay, well, maybe we'll edit that bit out. Got a long way to run with this lady, and what did you just say? What did you just say?
I said, are we allowed to cross the swine line, us little piggies?
I think she said us this time. Woohoo! So lots of downhill running. As I said, about this first 7 Ks is all downhill running like this. So
smiling still.
Yes, we want you smiling, so you have to prepare your quads for this. So you have to include downhill running in your training to help your muscles cope with the eccentric load. I've seen many people who perhaps have gone out too hard or too fast or haven't prepared their quads enough. By the time they get to the bottom, they're done. I've seen people walk up backwards out of the valley because they're just absolutely fried their quads.
Do you think, Kathy, people really worry about the uphills and train for the uphills, and they forget that actually where they're going to ruin themselves is the downhills, and where they can have a good advantage is the downhills. So actually practicing them is key. Or doing strength work.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. After you've crossed the swine line, you come around a corner, and there's just a couple of 100 metres down here. There's a turn-off which I want to show you. So if it's night time or you're not concentrating, you may miss this turn-off. On the race day, it will absolutely be marked, but in case you're not concentrating, you need to be aware there's a roadside down here, see the yellow sign on the left as we get closer, and then there's a road that goes off to the right. So in the race, you want to go off to the right. If you go straight ahead, you've essentially got a total of 10 Ks downhill, which you won't want to come back up again. So there's the sign, here's the turn off, around to the right. And more fly trail. On this, all the way to the end until you get to the single track, more technical track for the last 5 kilometres. So you can't get lost from here, Pierre, can you? No, that's a no, people. Cicadas are like our own personal symphony. They get quieter, 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 and then they build. Still going down, getting some gel in. Don't forget your nutrition. Don't forget to practice your nutrition and get your gut ready. Have a good plan in place. Try lots of different things. So we've been running downhill for nearly 8 kilometres. So I'm feeling it in my quads because I haven't done something like this for a while. So 8 kilometres of downhill. There's a little sign here, Jamison Creek. So this is Jamison Creek. So this is pretty typical of the water levels. On the race day they have, look at that, straight through. There's a trail runner for you. On race day they'll have cement blocks, so you can just go over the blocks, and then you can actually keep your feet dry. So this is the first creek crossing, Jamison Creek, through. Out of Jamison Creek, if you've got about a 1 kilometre climb, I'll just check in, but if you want to get your poles out, if you're using poles, now would probably be the time. Make sure you practice though. Don't use poles for the first time on race day because that's just not going to cut it. Make sure you practice it in training, know how to get them in and out. There's different ways to do that. Wayne here is just getting his out. He's got the quiver on the back.
I could fly.
Show us how to use your poles. Yeah, opposite arm, opposite leg, just like you're walking. Rightio, we're going up. So Kiera, did I mention she was a sub 14-hour runner? Even she will hike out of Kadumba Valley.
Yeah.
So make sure you practice your hiking. She would normally use poles, but today she's not. We're just doing a training run, and she's training for 6-foot track. But definitely include hiking in your training, because you're going to have to do it. Still going up. Up. How you feeling, alright?
Yes.
Excellent.
It's a hot day.
It is a hot day for training. Take plenty of water, people. So from Jamison Creek, just a smidge over a kilometre, we hiked up. Now we're going to go down for about another kilometre to the next creek. Down we go. So for the 22 and the 50 and the faster 100k runners, there's your glimpse of the Three Sisters. I'm not sure if you can see that in the video, but how cool is that? Oh, okay. So they're lit up at night time, so do have a look up and you'll start to sniff the finish. Maybe, depending on kind of what, you know, depending on what kind of state you're in, you'll start to sniff the finish from here. Beautiful. Look at this valley. Look at it. See how the downhill running really is starting to add up with 8Ks at the beginning. Adding another K now, so that's 9. So you really, I beg of you, get your quads ready for this, please. Down, down, down. Just under a kilometre for that down, and then you head up again. So we've got kind of like that little sawtooth part. If you look at the elevation profile of the race, that's where we're at before we head towards the last river and then the last descent. So up we go to practice your hiking. So we're just hiking uphill here and having a chat about what it might feel like in the race at this point. So obviously it depends on your race distance, whether you're on the 22, 50, 100k, 100 miler. So we've got Piera here, who's done the 100 kilometre how many times?
9 times.
9 times. So I was just asking her, at this stage of the race, like, are you hurting? And
so much.
Yeah.
So much. And I'm usually questioning
Yes.
why I'm doing it.
Yep.
And then I start slowing down. I try and reflect and see if I've had enough sugar and caffeine.
Yep.
So I can fix those 2 things.
Uh-huh.
I've usually got a bottle of Coke and I drink that. And then I try and remind myself that the finish isn't that far after everything. And then I try and I look around. Even though it's pitch black here, you can see the stars. You see the reflection of the other runners. You're passing some 50 people, I am. And that's motivating because they've been out a long time, and I always in admiration. And I always say hi to everybody that I pass, maybe even have a chat. And I reflect on that it was my choice. And I'm grateful that I can do it because a lot of people can't. And I try and remind myself that.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good thing to take on board around. First of all, if your mind is starting to struggle, have you fueled enough? Does it just need some sugar? And then second, or you know, we are choosing to do this and to do our best to sit in a place of gratitude. Love it, because you've done amazing things with that mindset. Rightio, so that was about a kilometre uphill. We've got a little bit of a flat, and then we're going to start heading downwards to Lura Creek. So stay tuned. We're heading down to Lura Creek now. I think we've worked out so far in nearly 12 kilometres, 10 kilometres of it's been just this downhill running, so this pounding on your quads. So if I haven't sold you yet on prepping your quads, hopefully this will do it. And what can you do? Make sure you include downhill running in your training. You also do get some assistance with eccentric loading from speed work and just increases in volume. But in particular, just getting those quads ready for the downhill, like it's an absolute must in terms of factors that affect ultra performance. Alrighty, Lura Creek. Here it is. There she goes, straight through. Like the trail runner that she is. Lura Creek, don't drink the water, people. Don't drink it. Unless you're desperate and you've got a filtration device, I wouldn't recommend it. Again, they'll have blocks. They'll have blocks through here so you can keep your feet dry. But yeah. Going down. There's the creek.
I wanted to do that the first time.
Just left Lura Creek, so it's about 1 kilometre to the emergency aid station. So it's about 13 k's in for the 22s. You're about 91 k's for the 100s. Yeah, so I think you can get some water there. So just we're going up again, something a bit different from the downs. But we're just saying, if you haven't paced the first part of your race well, that 10 k's that we were just talking about running downhill, you're going to miss out on this wonderful opportunity for some
Good running.
free and easy kilometres aerobically. So get the pacing right, eh? Right, so we're coming up to the emergency checkpoint. So 13 k's in for the 22, 9 k's to go. See the Three Sisters up the top there. So in this sort of helipad area is where you'll find the checkpoint. So beware of the checkpoint here. I have a nice little fire, they'll look after you well, but I mean, you can't really stop because, you know, there's only one way out. There's Pierre having a good old time. Did I mention she was a sub 14 hour mile 27 athlete? Bloody amazing, that woman. Amazing. As you can see, I'm just doing my best to keep up with her, but the course at this stage hasn't changed. We're on that same road since that 5k turn off. Same wide fire trail. We've got the start of a big climb now. About 2k. About 2k's, Pierre? 2k's up now? Yeah, she knows this course so well. So about 2k's up.
And then 1 or 2k's undulating.
Yep.
With a bit of doubt uphill.
So really important to keep your nutrition up because you're still expending a hell of a lot of energy on this part of the course, even though you're getting closer to the end. So yeah, join us for the ups.
Trail running, you never know what you're going to come across.
Yeah.
Problem solve your way through to the end.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're coming up the hill from the helipad from aid station. It's pretty steep, and this is obviously just for show, I could tell.
So Mark, you've done the 50 and the 100k races. How are you usually feeling about now?
Well, today's good, but you know, when you're 80 k's deep or 90 k's deep,
It's got a different feel to it, hasn't it?
no worries, this is tough, yeah.
Yeah. What do we call this rock, Mark?
Elephant Rock. It's the end of a almost 2k climb from the helipad,
Yeah.
and from here on, just like 2 or 3 k's to the sewage works,
Yep.
undulating.
Undulating, yeah. So when you see this rock, people, you'll know that the steepest part of the climbing for now is over. You've got some undulating, emphasis on undulating, until we start to get to the single track.
Mind you, undulating means up and down.
Yeah. Is this part of the undulating bit, Mark, that you were talking about? This is the undulating. But we're still on that same fire trail since we took that turn at 5k's. So there's a bit of a bailout point here. do not go up here on race day. That is not the race. And currently the tracks are closed up there, but when they're all open, that can, if you're doing this sort of training run, that can just sort of shorten, or if you're not feeling the best after the climbing, you can shorten your training session by going up there. Repeat, not on race day. How you going, Wayne?
Yeah, good. It's,
Loving it?
yeah, it's warm, but yeah, it's very, very nice. So it's nice to be out with friends running. So
Yeah, and Wayne had his first, well, sort of his first introduction to this 22k section about a year or so ago. How would you describe it to somebody who hasn't done it yet?
it's deceiving because you've got all this downhill, and it's quite enjoyable, but you know it's going to hurt your quads, and then all of a sudden you've got, you know, what goes down must go up, and it's just a huge climb. So
Yeah.
yeah, keeps going.
Totally worth it. Wait, it's wrong. You're tired? Need a break? You right? You hit the wall, did you? Oh dear. Bless. Bless.
Helicopter.
Coming to the end of this fire trail. I've got nearly 16 kilometres on my clock. It's beautiful through here, and you can feel it change in the night as well. Like you can feel the air change, and you can notice the subtle changes in the plants around you, and really get a sense that you're coming to the end. It's really quite beautiful. Cage in there. I've never seen any. I've never seen any down here, so don't panic. Kiara was saying the only time she's seen them was straight after COVID, I think, once they...
And nobody's been here.
No one had been here, and I guess the pigs were having a bit of a party. So,
The one place I've seen
nice grassy section.
Well, so I had this huge stop across the
See
whole
the escarpment around you. Beautiful.
I had to go right around.
Know this as the sewage treatment, or the old site for the sewage treatment works.
Yeah.
Wayne?
So yeah, when I started at Sydney Water many years ago, one of my first jobs was to come down and inspect the revegetation after it had been demolished. So all the structures here were removed.
Yep.
Although there are still a few remnants down there where the bunting tape is and the star pickets.
Yeah.
You can still see some of the
How's the
evidence of it.
regeneration going, Wayne? Are we happy?
Nah, I would have liked it being filled in, to be honest, but anyway.
Okay.
Got Lamandra everywhere, but that's about
Yeah.
it.
Gotta love a bit of Lamandra. Rightio. So, oh, look at this. This bit here can get like super muddy. So this can be super muddy if it's been raining. This is actually the driest I've ever seen it.
Yep, it will be.
Absolutely. So now, do we have about 6 Ks to the end from here? So we're down to technical track basically till the end. Even though the end is getting closer, it's still a long way to go. You've still got some climbing to get out of the valley, either up Furber or Giant Stair. So make sure you keep your nutrition up, really important. But yeah, welcome to the single track. Things are starting to look a bit different now. Way out. So still going up since the sewage treatment works. I think I'm nearly at 17 Ks on my watch. And you'll see up here, there is a clear turn to the left. So, got all the big boulders, the water streaming down. There is a way out sign here, and it will be marked. And a warning sign there, so you're not going straight ahead. And they've put in nice new stairs here, thank you, National Parks.
Yeah, I always remember this.
So, more single track. I'm going to head towards Lura Forest now. And soon after that little turn, you come up to this little junction. Now, if you're doing the longer races, you likely have gone up Fernbower early on. So up to the right here is Fernbower Stairs, but we're going left. Is this last bit runnable, do you think?
There's a few little hills that you have to hike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you paced it well,
Yeah.
and you fueled well, You should be able to run
walk it really well.
run walk this.
Yeah, there's a lot of flat sections.
A lot of provisos though. If you've paced it well, you've trained well, you've hydrated well, you've fueled well, you've got a good headspace. If you've done all that well, this is runnable. Right, so, sign's busted. This is Laura Forest. You'll see that there's some camp tables here. Come with me. Let me show you the way. Across the bridge. New bridge. Very nice. So we're still in that Lura Forest section. Just to point out, so the original course will take you up this first set of stairs and you'll head towards Furba. But this is, yeah, it's all well marked, but this is closed because of landslides and we can't access Furba. Last year's course and today, because the closures are still there, just to the right of that is the other access point. So these are the stairs. This is Dardanelles Pass, is that right? Am I remembering that right? This is going to take us to the base of the giant stairs. Look at that, 10 out of 10. Dardanelles. Coming out of Lura Forest, beautiful. Beautiful. This feels good of a night time too, doesn't it, Piera? Coming through here. So you're not missing out, it's just a different kind of beauty in nature. So once you come through here, once you get to the 5Ks to go, they'll have kilometre countdown markers, which can be really good, or it can feel like each kilometre is actually 3 kilometres depending on how you're fatigued, how you're feeling. But you definitely know you're near the end, but definitely keep up your hydration and your fuel, because as I said, you've still got a big climb out. Isn't this just beautiful though? Gosh, this makes me happy. You'll come up to this junction. So, Giant Stairway, we're going to head up Giant. Alright, so guys, listen up. The traditional race goes up Furba Stairs, which is 900 and just under 1,000 stairs. Last year they took us up these giant stairs, and today we're going up.
And they're harder.
Yeah, our opinion is Giant it's steeper. It's probably short. It is shorter. I get up this quicker, but it feels a lot harder because it's steep and there's no breaks. Whereas Furba is kind of longer, but you have a little bit of a few sort of flat areas just to get your heart rate down and things like that. So, Pierre, are you counting? All right. So up Giant. As I said, depending on the time of day that you're coming through here, the sun along this can make it feel quite warm. I guess if you're doing this in training, and the race is in May, so probably won't feel so bad. But this is the Giant Stairs, which takes you up to alongside the Three Sisters. Oh. So if you did have your poles still out, you want to put them away at the bottom of this, because you can't, look at the stairs, you can't use your poles on this. It's quite narrow in places and they get in the way. So put them away and just enter survive mode. Isn't it? You've got a railing. Survival mode. Pierre is counting. When you get to this reinforced part, you've done about 200 stairs. It is very hot. I can't actually hold the railing. That sun really beats down on the side of this rock here. I'm doing okay, I promise. 300. Where's this little landmark here? This is about 300. This stair, this chair, oh, I'm delusional. Little chair. It's about 300 stairs. So, word from the accountant, this is about 477 stairs up and going. Look at that. Coming from the valley down there. Can you feel like your heart through your...
That's where we started over there.
I don't know if you can see, but over here there's a tower. The end of that ridgeline is where we started. Drop down the valley. And here we are. Don't lose count.
No. I'm just staying in round numbers. I'm on 510. But
510.
if you come up here, you
Yeah.
can see the trail too.
Yeah, okay, we're coming. Alright.
Will it come out in the camera? I don't know.
I'll edit it.
Look, that's the trail.
Oh yeah. Kind of in the middle here. You can see a bit of the trail that we went. When you get to this orange flagging, you've done about 541 stairs. Keep going. 600. Okay. So we just had the 700 count from the accountant. Oh, don't sit down, people. Close to the end. Little viewpoints. There's a 700, and we're getting pretty close to the top now. What's the count? So that's one of the sisters. Hello, welcome. How many stairs to here? 764. 764. You get to the bridge. By the time you get here, pretty close to the top. About 800.
It's the emergency aid station.
Oh yeah, okay.
Helicopter commander. Look at the trail. I've never seen this.
Okay, so the synopsis is around 900 stairs, so just over to get up Giant.
So count them up in lots of 100. That's what I do.
Yeah, and
just as a distraction technique.
Yep, and Ferber is 900 and something, so the stair count's similar, within about 100. And that's just steeper.
Oh, way steeper.
The difference is when you get to the top of here, you've still got 3Ks to the end. It's not a traumatic 3Ks,
Yeah.
but if you come up Ferber, you've already clocked those 3Ks down the bottom and you're at the finish. But either way, we trail runners and we roll with the punches.
Nice.
But yeah, you get a little bit of paved area, which will take you to Echo Point.
And then a beautiful
There's
trail.
bubblers there, toilets, depending on what time you go through, whether they're open or not, I guess. But yeah, climb done. Do I look alright? Do I look like I just climbed?
No.
Why do you look so fresh? So Echo Point, and then you're going to take these stairs, ramp off to the right and follow the cliff top track towards the top part of Ferber Stairs. Lady Darley, look out. Oh, don't go up the stairs. You're going to come down these ones here. It's a nice little view of Mount Solitary there. Just in case you're not sick of stairs, still a few more to go. You can see Scenic World just over there. So we're headed. Lots of people aren't enjoying the mountains, but just wanted to show you that we're going to head back down into these stairs here. Take you down to Katoomba Falls. Over the bridge. Yeah. Take a look. Take a look. I think these pathways are lit up over night time. Are they still lit up here, these pathways? Yeah. Okay. We're getting closer to Scenic World through there. So it's sniffing the end now. Sniffing the end. Come up the stairs here. Come to this sort of little junction. Don't go up. I'm going to go straight ahead to Ferber Stairs. So if the race brings you this way, you're just accessing about the top quarter of the Ferber Stairs. So get to see that today. Oh, I feel happy every time I come down these stairs, because look at this. Like, it is just beautiful.
I love it.
Look at this.
In the race, I was so happy to be here. I was so happy.
Yeah, I bet you were. So what time did you get last 100k?
13:45.
There you go. Anything is possible, people. Anything is possible.
This was at 50. That was at 56.
So you come up to a T intersection. So if they bring you up further, you're going to come up from here. If you've done what we've done today, giant, you're going to go straight ahead.
Go down there and run up. I think you should go down those 800 stairs now and come back up them and show everybody.
I'll tell you what I think. Beep, 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 beep. You need a break, do you? You a bit tired? Oh.
You want a break, Kathy? Anytime.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the last set
So
of stairs?
there are more stairs,
It's the last
just
set.
so you're not shocked. But you're nearing the end of the stairs. So, whew, the worst of it is nearly over, my friends. When you get here and you come up here, this is
People cheering up there.
this is the last set of stairs, essentially.
Yep, there's always somebody just there.
Yeah, there'll be people at the top here cheering. You'll hear the finish line. It's you got it in the bag from here. So you can start letting your mind relax a little bit and start to celebrate your achievement. I remember the first time I came up here and someone said, this is the last set of stairs. And I remember looking at them going, I don't believe you. That's true. It is. Okay, so this is interesting because normally at the top here, we'd be going up here. But there's a construction site. So they've got this fencing here. So
We don't know.
looks like we don't really know, but we're gonna probably go the likely way. There's one way to go at the moment, so we're just gonna curve around and start heading towards the finish. But normally that would take you up to this bridge and then
200 metres.
yeah, you're about 200 meters away, pretty close to the finish. But today we've just got to take the right hand turn, not the left, which looks like a pretty permanent fence. As I said, yeah, we're trail runners and we just roll with the punches, so don't ever let changes get into your head at all. Just roll with the punches. This is fancy. So we turned right.
This will be the race.
This is the race, yeah. Around this way, nice path, scenic world. Okay, so watch for dinosaurs, guys. They're rampant in this area. They're harmless, but keep an eye out. I'm just going past the scenic world car park. I'm just trying to stick as close to the race as possible. Up to scenic world here. Ooh. Yeah, so normally in the race, guys, you're going to come up through here and you're going to come around the back, up over here and then to the finish line. Blocked off because of Dinosaur Valley. So we'll just quickly see if we can pop around the other side. So, okay, so we're next to scenic world in this little car park. So you're going to do a little bit of a dog leg thing and then finish up here in the car park. Woo! So there you have it, 22 k's in the bank. It's the last part of the 50 and the 200s as well. Pretty good. It's pretty good. Yep. I don't know, like it's challenging. Challenging but good. I'm trying to sell it, Pierre. I'm trying to sell it.